What is up, YouTube? So I'm over here hanging out right now at my crib, in my crib. I'm in my bedtime baby crib. Oh man. See, this is why live videos can, I gotta turn on the volume of the TV. This is why live videos can sometimes be bad, because when you talk about baby cribs and shit, and I swore. See, this is why sometimes doing live videos isn't the best, because you can mess up. And this is why I like to pre-record my stuff. But right now I am live, and I'm coming at you guys with a Q&A, because sometimes I like to come at you guys with a Q&A, and I like to open up a dialogue between thrifting people and resellers and fun stuff. So we're going to talk about eBay, we're going to talk about Amazon, we're going to talk about thrifting and goodwill and savers and making money and life and becoming a baller, really. And Seymour already is saying in the comments he needs some help, so I would like to help. You have any questions, guys, and even if you're replaying this video, leave your comments down below and I will answer them, guys. Seriously, I just broke 11,000 subscribers and I am so happy. I love it, guys. I love you all. And you know, if you're new to this channel, you don't care about that. I get that, man. It's all good. So what you care about is hearing about thrifting. What you care about is hearing about reselling, making money online. How do I do it? I've never done it before. Well, it's very easy. You go to a place like Goodwill, you go to a place like Savers or even Walmart or Target or wherever, and you scan stuff with your phone. And now that might sound daunting, but it's super easy. There's millions of videos on YouTube. Not millions, there's thousands. And you look up a video and you follow along and you figure out how to do it. And then what are you doing? Now you're selling online, because now you learned how to do it because you watched YouTube videos. That's all it takes. How did I do it? I watched YouTube videos. Bang, bang, boom. The profits are coming soon. I'm raking profit now. People hate him. I like him. He's a cool dude. Doesn't matter. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is super freaking easy to, it's not easy to make money online. I mean, there's work involved, but it's easier than becoming a screenwriter. I don't know. Maybe that job's actually very easy. I have no idea. But you could definitely make money by just watching YouTube videos, figuring this shit out, and going to your local thrift store, going to your St. Vincent de Paul, going to all these places, and you could find stuff and pick stuff up and sell it on places like eBay and Amazon and make bank. So I'm going to respond to some comments and some questions right now and hopefully answer some awesome questions from some awesome people and give you guys like the truth, you know? I mean, we're live right now, so I'm clicking on my phone right now to try and figure out what's going on. Alright, so Seymour needs some help. He says his clothes are not selling on eBay. He keeps lowering his prices, but they are not selling. So here's the thing, and I see right below you, Christina says, raise them back up, change titles, check errors for the listings. You know, I don't agree with any of that. So what I recently did with my eBay account, I noticed my clothing wasn't selling. And it's still having a hard time selling, but it's gone up. And I'll tell you exactly why it's gone up. I took everything on my store. Whether it was $5, which you shouldn't have $5 items in your store, but I have a couple, which is, I'm just trying to get rid of these things. And not clothing, but like little video games, stuff that I get in lots. Sometimes I just post them. And so you take whatever it is, whether it be $5 or $500, you could bulk edit on eBay, put everything on best offer. You'll see you're going to start getting best offers like crazy. It's going to take a couple days. It's not going to happen instantly, but all of a sudden, you're going to get people coming in being like, bam, 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 I'll give you this much. So I had clothes that were listed at $20 for a year or more, and they were not moving. Once I put best offer on that listing, something that had 5 views total instantly got a best offer. I was like, holy cow, this is a random LL Bean dress shirt, right? It's not worth much. I thought it was worth $20. Clearly it wasn't. Nobody bought it. And all of a sudden I get a best offer for 17 bucks. Like, holy crap, man. Yeah, I'll sell this for 17 bucks. 3 bucks less, I'm willing to get rid of it. But you'll find that something you have listed for $20, people will start offering you 5 bucks for it, 8 bucks for it. Don't ever take it as an insult. Just counter them. Just counter them. Who cares? It takes you 5 seconds. Counter them at what you're willing to take. A little bit higher so you can work out somewhere in the middle ground. And if it's been sitting for a year, yeah, you're not, I mean, maybe you're willing to take a loss. Maybe you're willing to break even, to get rid of it. Just to get rid, and I do it all the time. But it works. I know you're asking me how to change it to best offer. Yeah, I can't explain it right now because there's steps that you have to take. Just look it up on Google. How to bulk edit best offer on eBay. It'll walk you through the steps, man. It's so easy. It's really not that hard at all. I had no idea how to do it up until like 3 weeks ago when I changed my whole store to best offer. I forget these things. And I figured it out right like that. It works so well. Why is my phone saying low battery? I'm at 10%. So we'll plug my phone in like 2 minutes. It'll be okay. And so you do that, and trust me, you will start to get sales pouring in. You know, if you have something listed at 20, you get best offers at 15, I just take them. You know, maybe you thought you were going to make $6 on an item, now you're only making $1 on the item. Well, if it was sitting for a year, take that dollar, take your initial investment back, and then put it into something else, something that's going to sell better, okay? Trust me, that's the way you want to do it. That's the way I do it. That's my main recommendation. All right, let's see what's going on. So we have Bus Detector saying, thanks for getting me into Amazon, Jesse. I've been watching you since Periscope days. Yeah, man, I used to live stream on Periscope all the time. Nobody really follows on Periscope, so I don't really do Periscope anymore because nobody really watches. I was literally just live on Instagram right before this video. I maxed out at like 10 people. So I try not to do live streaming on other platforms too much just because I don't get the view count. People don't really see what I'm talking about, and that discourages me a little bit. Travis says, Jesse, I got a question. How does the pay process work on FBA? How often do you get paid? You get paid once every 2 weeks. And that's pretty much it. Dawn Dolly Golden, sorry, I got hiccups. Dawn Dolly Golden says, do you ever sell large lots of clothing on eBay, like a bulk lot? Would you recommend it or no? So I've never done a bulk lot of clothing, but I have done bulk lots of video games. And now here's the thing that kind of differs. When you're selling bulk lots of clothing, you kind of want a set price. You don't really want people bidding on it, because odds are the bids aren't going to go up high. Now, when I do bulk lots of video games have a lot of people looking for them. A lot of people are looking for bulk lots. So I put, 100 games that are worth, pennies per game. But I just throw them up at 99 cents with, calculated shipping. So wherever it goes, it's going to cost that much to ship. And people start bidding, and the bids always go up. So I sold this bulk lot of 100 games for about 150 bucks, more than $1 a game. Super happy for that. Normally you average out to about $1 to $1.50 a game, and that's exactly where it went, but it went to the high end, which I love. It was actually under 100 games. It was like 90 games, so it went up higher, and I love that. I'm happy about that. I highly recommend doing it with video games. With clothing, I've never done it. I've done lots of 2, never anything more, and they take a while to sell, to be honest. Maybe if you had really popular brands like Patagonia or Vineyard Vines, even then, I don't know. I know some people do it. I personally don't. I wouldn't not recommend it. I mean, give it a shot. I don't know if bidding on it, doing auctions, or best offer, buy it now. I don't know which way would be better, but give it a shot. I wouldn't recommend not doing it. You know what I mean? All right, let's see what we got going on. Thrifty 50/50 Vet says, got my start watching you, Jesse. Great tutor. Learn the brands and listen to what he says. I've come a long way watching you and listening to him. Kudos, Jess. Yeah. Thanks. That's about it. Thanks. How often do I change it to best offer on my listings? Once I set it, I just left it. Man, it's been on best offer. My whole store has been on best offer. And things that I've listed at like $10 to $12, people send me best offers. I just don't even answer it. You know what I mean? I just don't answer it. Because I'm not willing to take any lower than $10 on an item I've priced for $10. So I'll either decline it, or I will shoot them an offer like 50 cents less or something, right? So it's like they're saving something, or a quarter less, or even a penny less. And I'm like, hey, best offer wasn't supposed to be on this item. I'm sorry, I already have it priced very low, but I'll give you a $1 discount or a 50-cent discount since the item's already so low. And I find that people actually say, oh, okay, that's cool, and they buy it because they're still saving a little bit. People just like to save anything. So I find that that works. So don't ignore people per se, unless, you list them for 10 bucks, somebody shoots you an offer for $2. I ignore those people just because, You don't want to deal with people like that. I just don't like dealing with people like that. They're a waste of time 90% of the time. Let's see. What's going on right here? Seymour also says he has one person buy some of my video games, but they have not paid. Yeah, if it's an auction, they can take forever to pay if they want to. If you do buy it now, make sure you have pay immediately on your listings. There's a way you could do that also. So when they buy your listing, they have to pay. Highly recommend doing that. Otherwise, yeah, it does get pretty annoying. Marilyn asks, anyone else have technical issues with USPS shipping first class on eBay? I have not. So maybe somebody else has. Who knows? Travis Stillman says, do I ever sell used printers? Some HPs seem to be very profitable on FBA. So yeah, dude, I have sold printers lots of times. So my phone's actually running low on battery. All I have to do is plug it in, which is super easy. I'm sorry, I just covered the screen. All I have to do is plug my phone in. Yeah, I've definitely sold printers on Amazon before, and most of the printers I've sold have been new. I have sold like new condition, but it's very rare, maybe twice in the 4 or 5 years or whatever I've been selling. The main reason is they're a pain in the butt to ship if they don't have their original box. You got to use lots of bubble wrap and all this, which ends up costing a lot more and taking a lot more time than you'd think. And also with a printer, you have to thoroughly test it. You really do. You don't think you have to, so you got to plug it into your computer, install the drivers, make sure you have the ink, because if a printer at a thrift store was there, and let's say it was sitting in somebody's closet, somebody's attic for a year with old ink in it, it could ruin the printer head, it could ruin all these things. So printers are kind of iffy. I don't really mess with them super often. I mean, I sell them, but I usually just go for new ones because it could be a pain in the butt. Same thing, you know, with VCRs and DVD players. I know a lot of people have been saying, hey, sell this, sell that, big electronics. It's a lot of testing, a lot of packing. You have to be willing to store these things. You have to be confident in your packing skills, and I still recommend doing it. I mean, I do it. If you have the drive to do it, go ahead, be my guest. I just have issues with it, you know? But I still recommend it, 100%, 100%. Holy moly guacamole. I just knocked that over. I'm sure you guys heard that. I'm going to set that up like that. There we go. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay. Man, that was so bad. I'm sorry. Seymour says, should it list all my items as buy it now or list them as an auction? If your things haven't sold, I've also done this in the past, I convert all of my listings over to auction, which you can do. Keep all the prices the same. Let's say you have a shirt listed at $30, a video game listed at $10, a random thing listed at this. You can convert everything in your store from buy it now to auction for 7 days. And I find that you'll end up selling, at that 7th day, you'll end up selling like 5 to 10 items. And depending on how many items you have in your store. Because people just bid. They think they're getting a better deal, they just bid. And you'll have to deal with a few people that don't pay, but you know, sometimes it helps get rid of a few items that just haven't moved. So you could try that. But I highly recommend when you list on eBay, doing buy it now. Roberto asks, how do you determine the products that you sell by merchant or get fulfilled by Amazon? Thanks. So yeah, that's definitely a question I get a lot. People are asking, you know, why do you have things on a shelf behind you as a merchant? So some items that haven't sold on Amazon, Amazon charges you a fee to keep in their warehouse. So I like to get those items shipped back to me, and so those items, you know, get shipped back to my house, and then you can't send them into Amazon. So I list them on Amazon anyways, but at a very reduced cost. So let's say I had it in on Amazon Prime for $100. Amazon's about to charge me $3 for this item for having it in their warehouse for too long. It's not that big of a deal, but you have, 500 items, 500 is a lot. Let's say you have like 50 items at $3 a piece. You're looking at $150. So you don't want to have $150 just taken out of your account. That sucks, especially if you're starting up. So you have these items that haven't sold in a while get shipped back to you. Why does it keep saying low battery? My phone's being weird. So you have these items shipped back to you, and then you're not allowed to ship them back into Amazon for 6 months. So I'll list them as a merchant. Or let's say I'm looking through CDs, and I don't really like to buy things that are over that 300,000 rank in CDs because they take forever to sell. So sometimes I'll find a CD that's worth 50, 60 bucks. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, well, this CD's worth it, but the rank is 600, 700,000. This is insane, but it only costs me $1 to buy it somewhere. So I don't really want to pass it up, so I'll buy it, and, I'll list it as a merchant. And if it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, I'm out $1, but I don't have to worry about shipping it to Amazon, getting it shipped back, getting fees taken out of my account. Yeah, one item here and there doesn't matter, but if you're doing this all the time, now you have 300, 700,000 ranked CDs in your Amazon account, and you gotta worry about the fees, So that's kind of how I do it. All right, let's see what we got going on. All Stars Media Inc. says, is there a way to pay less for shipping without going through eBay or Amazon? It seems like the only way to get discount prices. Not really. No, those are actually going to be the cheapest methods, going through eBay or Amazon, to be honest, from what I found. Got a lot of DVD players for 99 cents a piece. I'm not sure if they will sell. If you got a lot of them, look them up by model number on eBay and Amazon. With Amazon, it's a little trickier. You want to make sure you have the remote. You want to make sure you have, if it needs an HDMI cord, include the HDMI cord. If you need the AV cable, include the AV cables. You want to have all these things. Some people even complain if they don't have the instructions. So on Amazon, you might see, oh, this DVD player is selling for $100. On eBay, it's only selling for $40. Well, I'll sell it on Amazon. Now you ship it to somebody, and they're like, oh, it doesn't have the remote. Oh, it doesn't have these cables. And they return it to you. Now you're out shipping it to them, getting it shipped back, so you're making the same amount as you would on eBay. So you want to have, it really depends. At 99 cents a piece, you're fine. You could buy the remotes on eBay. Just look up the model numbers. Let's say it's a Sony DVD player. Look up Sony, flip to the back of the DVD player, see the model number, and then look that up, and you'll be good to go. You'll be fine. DVD players do all right. They don't do great, but they do all right. And he's also asking if you should switch over to Amazon instead of eBay. I don't think you should. No. I recommend doing both. I do both. I sell on Amazon. I sell on eBay. And I love them both. I sold a VCR on eBay. Sold a VCR on Amazon within the past month, right? So one sold on Amazon for $75. One sold on eBay for $60. It's not that big of a difference, right? The one on Amazon has a higher chance of getting returned. Amazon returns are bigger. So yeah, you might get a little bit more. Fees are going to be a little bit more. Shipping's going to be less, so that kind of counteracts the fees. But, I highly think both methods are very viable. If you watch Craigslist Hunter, which I'm sure a lot of you do, he sells primarily on eBay, I'm pretty sure. I don't think he sells on Amazon. He sells VCRs, DVD players, things like this on eBay. So there is a huge market there. I personally do Amazon. Everybody is different. I know the returns are worse on Amazon. Customers are crazy on Amazon. Customers are crazy on eBay. It doesn't matter. I think you should do both. Jeez, I have indigestion. What is going on? The Stacy Squad says, hi there. I have a question about when auctions end if the items don't sell. If the item doesn't sell, should you relist it again as an auction with the buy it now or an auction again? Thanks. So items that don't sell as an auction, you could relist it as an auction and lower the price, or just relist it as buy it now with best offer or something and just wait for it to sell. I personally list all my items as buy it now, best offer. Nowadays, I used to just do buy it now, no best offer unless it was over $50. But I do buy it now, best offer on everything. And I've had Tommy Bahamas recently. I used to sell them for $25. Then they came down to $20. Then I marked them all down to $18. A couple sold. Now I have best offer. And I've been getting a lot of offers at $15. I primarily paid $5 for them each one, so I'm only making $1 or $2, but I'm happy to get rid of them and still be making a little bit of a profit to get my money back because they've been sitting for, 6+ months, and I just want to get rid of them. So, I do recommend doing best offers if you have inventory that's been sitting for so long. All right, let's see what's going on. What's going on? Andre Gonzalez, what's up, man? How's it going, dude? I see you in the house. Death Piles, what up, bro? Andre says, was at Goodwill in Torrington today. Video game prices were crazy high. Yeah, dude, Torrington Goodwill in Connecticut has extremely high video game prices. Their clothing has been going up. Their electronics has been going up. It's been getting a little too expensive there, but it always switches, Sometimes it comes down, sometimes it goes up. Danbury, same thing. Waterbury, same thing. You got to try and hit the right pricer. Connecticut can be extremely expensive. Savers in Connecticut they go on eBay and they look up that price. It's selling on eBay for $15. At that Goodwill, it's $15 to $20. They price above eBay almost all the time because they wait for their half price day and they sell it for $10. Just $5 below eBay. Oh, you're getting a deal. And then when it doesn't sell, they either throw it out or send it to the Goodwill bins. I don't get it. I don't get it. These Goodwills will be making so much more money if the Goodwills in Connecticut, like if I ran these places, I'd be making so much money. It's insane if I was the manager, because these Goodwills are pricing a North Face at $20. And I go to Goodwills enough to where I see they do not sell for $20. They don't. I see them on half off day at $10 and they're still kind of sitting. Nobody is going to a thrift store to drop $10 to $20 on a North Face button-up. Maybe on a jacket, maybe, but not on a button-up. You're looking to spend $5 or less. People are broke unless you're a reseller, and even if you're a reseller, you're not dropping $10 on a North Face button-up because it's not going to sell for that much. If I was a manager at a Goodwill in Connecticut, I wouldn't even care about pricing my clothes at $8 and up. I think it's ridiculous. I think if you price everything at $3, even lower, for no-name shit like Mossimo, Target stuff and all that, $1 to $3, and then name brand stuff $3 to $5. You do that, don't price anything over $5. Unless, you're talking like big coats and everything, I can understand pricing 10 to 20, but I'm talking about shirts. Shirts, you don't price more than $5. The Goodwills I go to will price a button-up. I saw Robert Graham the other day. I was like, sweet, Robert Graham, $25, sitting there on the shelf. At half price, you're still looking at $12.50. The average person going to a thrift store is not dropping almost $13. That's before tax. They're not dropping over $13 to $14 on a thrifted, used button-up shirt, no matter what the brand, you know what I mean? It's just not really happening. And I see these thrift stores and their racks are getting packed to the brim. Like, when you go into a thrift store, the racks shouldn't be so full to where you can't even flick through the shirts. And the people that are bringing clothes out can't put anything else on the racks. You start to have an issue there when the clothes aren't moving because you're like, oh, this is a Ralph Lauren polo. This should sell for $10. It's like brand new. You go to a TJ Maxx and they're $15 on the clearance rack. Brand new. So why is this thrift store selling a used one with a stain in the collar for $10? Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. And thrift stores are stupid. That's why. Because they also sell Patagonias for $3. I find them all the time. So it's like you're getting the best of both worlds there. You're getting whatever. It's iffy. Pure Profiteer says, are you a current member of the Green Room? If so, the sub service worth the fee? Dude, so I'm not part of any group. I'm not part of the Green Room. I'm not part of any Facebook groups besides, I follow a couple. The main one I follow is Thrifty World, which is Gerson's group. It's completely free. There's not that many people in there, but it's close-knit. I like it. And people just post some things sometimes. And no paid anything. I don't really believe in paying for a group per se. Now, I have in the past. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I don't really do it. Now, if I were to start my own group, I don't know if I would start a group. If anything on my channel, I would do a Patreon where people can donate $1 a month, $2 a month max. Maybe $5 if I'm doing like, you know, live video chats with them. I've thought about that, and actually I would love to know what people think down below in the comments if I were to start a Patreon. And this is the question I'm handing off to all of you, okay? If I were to start a Patreon, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's a website where you sign up and you follow me, and I give you stuff that you don't really get on YouTube. And I'm very, and this is the thing, I'm very transparent on YouTube, but if I were to do something on Patreon, I'd help you out that little extra. Maybe we would talk more on Facebook or on Instagram through messages. You want to ask me any questions you want, I'll go through your store, I'll do stuff like that. If something like that were to happen, would you be willing to pay $1 to $2 a month for help? I don't know. I really don't know if I want to do that, but it would be nice because I would like to make a little extra income doing certain other things. And I know some people charge, you know, $30 a month to join my club and to join this and to do that. But like I would do one-on-one stuff with people. You know, we get one video call a month. You're paying $1 a month, so, you know, $2 a month. So what do you expect, right? And I would help you out. I'd answer any question you want for 10 minutes, right? Something like that. I've thought about it. Thought about doing a Patreon like that. And I would do, you know, that one video call a month on Skype. Or something like that. Maybe once a week if you pay the $5 or something like that. And I'd be willing to answer any question, help you out. So I am curious what you guys say down below. You know, just a question. Just throwing it out there. But because I've been doing it for years, you know, I mean, I don't bullshit around. I'm not on YouTube to throw up a facade. I'm not here to get into drama between these different YouTubers. Are like, this person is bad, you shouldn't follow him, he's fake, and this person is great, you follow him, buy his course. I don't do that, really. And dude, like 90% of YouTubers do. The resellers anyways. Not saying it's bad though. I personally enjoy watching those drama videos. I actually really like it. It's entertaining as shit. It is very entertaining, and I would do it if people were willing to watch it. I would honestly make these hit videos out on people because it's entertaining, man. It is. Alright, Bus Detector, sorry guys, I got in a little rant. Bus Detector says, Jesse, do you do wholesaling much? What are some tips on reaching out to suppliers? So I do wholesaling very, very limitedly. I'm not the best person you'd want to ask about it, but I will give you some tips because I have done it. I go to local pages. Go to places like Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Craigslist, things like that, and start typing in keywords. Type in bulk, search. Type in wholesale, search. Type in lot, search. Type in like random product names, search, search, search. Keep spamming it to try and find whatever you're looking for. And you'll find somebody that's selling something bulk or a lot of, and then message them, be like, are you selling any more of anything else? And then get that one-on-one connection. You're not trying to find a company. You're trying to find a person that has a connection with a company. Yeah, you're not going to be paying the cheapest price, but it's the easiest way to get in, and I've done it like that before through OfferUp. I've gone onto OfferUp. I found somebody selling something in bulk. I commented, and I messaged them. I said, hey, I'm willing to buy this in bulk. Are you selling anything else? And then they let me know. And I find that that works better than going to random websites and, you know, trying to find these wholesale accounts with businesses. Try and do it locally first. Trust me, it's easier. There's less of an entry barrier gap or whatever, and you'll find somebody. Now, maybe your profit's only $10 on a $50 item. You're not making that much, but it's a great selling item. You buy it anyways from this person, and once you start buying it from him, you could bring that price down a little bit more. Maybe they find another product from another person, and then you learn where they're buying it from, and then now it's kind of shitty, but yeah, you go behind their back and you contact the place where they're getting their stuff from, and you say, hey, you know, can I buy this from you? Just an idea. I haven't done it that way, but it's possible. Coersome says, sold my first item on Amazon today. Merch fulfilled. Been selling on eBay since the start of the month. Thanks to all the videos and all the advices. No problem, dude. Seymour says, is there a way to ask the thrift store employees to call me when they have great sales. I mean, you could ask them. It depends on how cool you are with them. I'm not cool enough with any of mine to ask them. Deathpile says, do I have any Netflix recommendations? I just finished Supernatural. Amazing show. Love it. Highly recommend it. There's 12 seasons on Netflix. Watch them all. Or maybe 13 seasons. Watch them all. Love it. Black Mirror also. Love it. Those are the two I've watched. And the only other things I watch are on Netflix. I watch The Office. And then I go to Hulu and I watch American Dad, Bob's Burgers, South Park, things like that when I'm going to bed at night. But that's it. I never watch Breaking Bad, never watch any of that stuff. I don't really get into that. I play video games when I'm on my downtime. I'm laying on the couch, I'm playing Mario Kart on my Switch, I'm playing Fortnite, I'm playing Uncharted, rally racing games like Dirt and stuff like that. I love those kind of things. So I play video games instead of watching TV most of the time. And then when I go to bed, I just kind of lay down and go to bed. But though I highly recommend Black Mirror and I highly recommend Supernatural. I love those. And I love sci-fi stuff, so I mean, I'm into sci-fi. Seymour says, is there a list of designers' men's clothes to buy? There's definitely lists online. You can look them up. I've talked about them in my videos. I know Steve Rakin has a free guide actually, like 101 men's clothing brands, or maybe he sells it for like $5. And a lot of people get pissed when somebody's like, oh, I'm selling this book, 101 clothing brands. And people are like, oh, that's bullshit. Why don't you just give that to me for free? It's like, dude, this guy compiled everything, told you how much these clothes sell for. It's $5. You find one of the shirts in there, you're making all your money back. So I recommend, I'm not shilling for people that sell these things, but dude, it's $5. Now, if it's a $50 course, okay, do your research. But if it's a $5 PDF guide that you can have downloaded on your phone with all the brands of clothing, plus pictures of what the brand looks like, I can't say no matter who they are. That's a great deal. $5 to $10. You'll find one shirt that you never heard of before that's in this guide that sells for $40. You never would have found it before. Bam, you made all your money back. You could do that, or you could do all the research yourself, which is going to take some time. Go to eBay, you search men's shirts, search the sold listings, set the price parameter between $30 and $60, because that's the range you're looking for. Sort it by end date recent first, so you're seeing what's selling right now. And then, you scroll through and see what's selling. You can do all the research yourself, or you could buy somebody's guide for $5. But those are really the two options you got. Kaylee says, what do I use for record keeping since tax season is upon us? And it's pronounced Kaylee. Hey, good thing I got it right. Tax season. I keep all my receipts. You're supposed to put all your products into a Excel spreadsheet and all that. I have issues with that. I'm not giving tax advice. I think I'm legally supposed to say that. So I don't get into tax stuff because, guys, trust me, I'm the worst person you want to ask about tax stuff. I'm not very good at it. I know Rockstar Flipper has an actual tax expert come on his channel sometimes. So try to rewatch those. Same thing with Prof Sales. He has an actual tax expert that comes on and they talk about it. So those are the people you 100% want to go check out those previous videos. There's some good YouTube videos on it, trust me. I've watched them and they're actually good. Picking Profits says, Goodwills in my area are flat rates. Shirts $4.97, sweaters $5.97, jackets $7.97, jeans $5.97, t-shirts $1.97. That's amazing, man. I wish it was like that here. It's not though. It's not. So, what are you gonna do? Coersome says, what do I aim for as far as profit compared to cost of goods? So far, $450 gross sale in 1 month, $230 profit from everything is removed except end of year tax. Should I do bigger margin items? No, man. I'll buy, if it all depends on how fast the item's going to sell. So if it's a video game I know is going to sell within a day, I'll spend $40 to make 10. Hey, that's $10 more in my pocket, I know it's going to sell in a day. Now, if it's an item like a board game or a puzzle that might take 2 months to sell, 3 months to sell, I'll spend $5 to make 15. I'm not going to spend $5 to make 5. if it might take 3 to 6 months to sell, you know, because what if it doesn't sell after that? Then there's no point in holding on to this. So that it really depends. I try to at least double. So if I'm spending 5, I'd like to make 10, but it's really all over the place, you know? So it really depends on how fast the item is going to sell, and I sell mostly on Amazon, so I'm able to see the sales ranks on the listings and really determine, okay, well, this has a rank of 100,000. 100,000 means this item usually sells once a month, so I'm willing to spend 5 to make 5, or I'm willing to spend 10 to make 7, because it's close to doubling my profits. It's going to sell within the month. So that's kind of how I do it. I've also picked up CDs that sell for that I buy for $3, and I'll only make $2 profit or $1 profit if the rank is so good I know it's going to sell within a day, because it takes me no time. I grab it, I spend $3, I made $1. You know, it's an extra $1. I do that 100 times a week. It's $100. And it adds up. It really does. So I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to that. Thrifty 50/50 vet says, sorry, Vegas Goodwills are filed bankruptcy. Price is too high. Yeah. A Goodwill shouldn't have to file for bankruptcy. They get all their products for free. A crap load of people come into the stores, and they should be making so much money. They get greedy. And they start pricing stuff so high. They do not have to price stuff that high. They really don't. It's ridiculous how high some of these Goodwills price their crap. And I see it all the time. It's stupid. Eric says, if I buy North Face, Mountain Gear, etc. at any newly released retail, you are a fool. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call him a fool, but you could easily buy it cheaper on eBay. I saw a Michael Kors winter jacket that was the same price as it was on eBay, which was $100 at my local Goodwill. Thought it would be way lower since it was at Goodwill, so I passed on it. Yeah. I mean, I see that stuff all the time. Xkiller 2.0 wants a shout out. Hopefully your channel isn't about killing people. Hopefully it's not about horrible stuff. But I shouted you out, Xkiller 2.0. What up? Eric Ram says, bought my old lady a hardly used Dooney & Burke purse. I've heard of that. For 15 bucks. That's a good deal. Xkiller 2.0 says, if I do, he will donate. And that's going back to my Patreon question. So yeah, I have a feeling a few people on my channel would donate. It'd be nice to have a steady stream of like 50 to 100 bucks coming in a month. That would cover my gas bill and my phone bill, you know. Just things like that would help me. It would help me out, you know, make more videos. So that's the thing. Like on YouTube, even I get into this, you know. I expect these people I follow to put out videos daily for me. I mean, dude, like even I expect it because I like to watch it. And then you realize, man, it takes time to set aside to come here, record a video. And I'm doing something live right now, but sometimes I go out and I film and I edit and I sit down at my computer for hours, you know what I mean? It takes time to do it, and yeah, I get doing it for free, but sometimes you need some money to cover it. You're not gonna just drop 5 hours in your day every single day for nothing. I mean, that's kind of stupid. So you know, if people are willing to donate, I'm willing to try it, but nothing is set in stone right now. Nothing. Thrifty 50/50 vet says, Goodwill doesn't consider the condition either. Oh yeah, I post that in my YouTube videos all the time. You'll see there's rips, stains, holes on all the shirts I find. A lot of them. The Thrifter says, paying for content is one thing, but I just don't care for paid groups. Now, I 100% where you're coming from. I don't do it. I know some people do. There is a good reason to do it. If you're brand new and you want to bypass all the learning steps and, you know, get right into it. Let's say you're limited on time and it costs 15 bucks, right, a month. Buy that first month, spend 15 bucks, not a lot of money, and get into it. Learn as much as you can and cancel your subscription if you hate it. If you love it, drop another 15 bucks, whatever. If you're learning things in the group that are making you your 15 bucks back, then it's worth it. It's kind of how I see it. I don't join any paid groups, so I personally have no clue if they're worth it. I really don't. I have no clue. They might be. Talon says, have I ever got something on eBay and never got it yet? Yeah, there's been things I've ordered online, on Amazon actually. I ordered this hoodie once, and I never got it. And then one day, like 3 to 5 months later or something like that, I remembered I bought a hoodie that had a beer bottle holder in it, like in a pouch. I ordered it on Amazon and I never got it. And then like 5 months later, it clicked. I was like, oh my gosh, I ordered this hoodie and I never got it. Did I actually order it? So I went back to my eBay and I checked. And yeah, I bought it. It was like $30. And it said delivered, but I had never actually gotten it. So something screwed up. And I probably could have figured it out, gotten a refund back then. But it was like 5 months later. And I never really went too far with it. And I probably could have got my money back, but I didn't. So yeah, it happens. I completely forgot I bought it. It was weird. I don't know how I forgot because I dropped like $30 on it. But it happens. It happens. Seymour says yes, he would pay for help. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't charge a crap load, so I'm pretty reasonable. Ashley says, at least my local Goodwill stores have 2 colors of the week. One is 50% off and the other is 99 cents. That's awesome. I love when Goodwills do that. Totally, totally great. Ken Cunningham says, I'd probably pay monthly to get help from you. Hey, thanks, Ken. Yeah, man. Like, I wouldn't charge a lot. Yeah. Eric says, I'm a fly fisherman. Orvis, if you are familiar, I am familiar, pays third world country residents to make their lures and flies for pennies. Charging $2 to $5 here. Yeah, man. That's kind of the way it is, though. I've sold stuff online where I know for a fact I'm getting it from China for, 10 cents. And it's selling on eBay for $30. How do you think Nike makes their shoes? They're paying $1 per shoe, and they're selling them for $100. It's margins, I mean, that's why they're worth so much money. It's just the way it is. Orvis is a great, great brand, though. They still use high-quality material. I actually just bought myself an Orvis sweater. It's in one of my previous haul videos. On my YouTube channel, I do, I go to Goodwills and I do this and I bring you guys with me and I show you things I find. Got this awesome Orvis sweater with elbow patches. Thing is great leather and all this. And I like the brand a lot. Lisa Rogers said she would pay. I like the one-on-one as well. Yeah, that's exactly what I would do. I would do like a one-on-one on Skype or on anything, just where we talk. Maybe just phone number, call you up, like, hey, what questions do you have? I'll answer them one-on-one, whatever you got, and I will give you every detail I have. Obviously, oh, where do you buy this item that I see you're selling on your eBay? Like, that kind of stuff. If I'm buying from a wholesaler, obviously I can't tell you, but if you have any other questions, I can 100% help. Talon says, have you ever got something on eBay and didn't receive it? Yeah, I already answered that. Eric Ram says, Fratagonia. I feel that way about like Vineyard Vines and Southern Tide. It's very fratty. Andre says, Goodwill and Bristol are the best in my opinion. My recommendation to become friends with the staff. Yeah, Bristol, I don't go to a lot. It's about 30 to 40 minutes away from me, so it's about 30 minutes away. So I don't really drive out there too much. I go to Torrington, I go to Waterbury, Avon, Danbury, Oxford. I'm more on the New York side, not the Rhode Island side of Connecticut. But that's kind of where I do my thrifting. I do southern sometimes, like Monroe, Shelton, but very rarely. Oh my gosh, my throat. Actually, alright, he's talking to somebody else. Penny Royal 101. Law, what if somebody just paid to talk to you about random stuff not selling related? Dude, I'd be cool with that. I don't care. If you're paying me $2 a month and you want to do a Skype call for 10 minutes, man, you could talk about whatever the hell you want. You want to show me your body? I mean, if you're paying, I don't care. Do whatever you want. Andre says, Charlie, I don't judge. I don't care about anything. I care about things, but, Pure Profiter, wondering if there's a reason why every single YouTuber avoids factoring taxes into item selection from roughly 30K on eBay, and you don't think about the tax. Well, okay, so what you're saying is, why don't YouTubers talk about the tax? Because that starts to turn into a slippery slope. Technically, you're not supposed to talk about taxes without saying, talk to a tax professional, yada, yada, yada. And you're not thinking, okay, just imagine taxes, or just take another 10, 15% out of your total cost, or out of your total profit, or, something like that. Nobody, really depends. Some states don't have an income tax. Some states do. Some states have a higher number. It's not a good thing to talk about, to be honest, especially for people like us. We're just people online talking about reselling. Taxes are something that we really shouldn't be talking about unless you have a professional. It's just not something that makes sense to talk about. I do know that when you're watching people online, you should understand there are fees that come into it. I sold this for $50. I made $50. Obviously, that's wrong. Think about it. eBay and PayPal take out 15%. Just about. Your buying cost is $5. Your shipping cost is $5. Bam. You're out 50% almost. So, really, pay attention to that. I mean, I don't talk about taxes either because it's not something good to talk about. It really isn't. I don't think I'm allowed to. So that's the way it is. Andre says tax-free on Marketplace. Yeah, no, that's true. It is tax-free if you sell on Marketplace. It's not supposed to be. You're supposed to pay your taxes, but a lot of people don't. He watches Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, The Punisher, Narcos, all these great shows. But Nifty Thrifty Fine says, have I ever gone dumpster diving at any of the Goodwills I have before and went tonight? And they throw away so much stuff. Yeah, so I've tried, but the Goodwills I go to that throw stuff out in the dumpster have the dumpsters locked in these big containers, so I actually can't get into them, sadly. I would love to, though. Pablo says, when did YouTube have live streaming? For a long time, man. When should you get eBay store? How many items should you have listed before doing that? I paid for my store after I had about 200 to 300 items listed because I figured I would list more on there if I paid for a store. I figured it would give me more motivation. And it did for a while, but then I stopped. I think I'm paying for something I probably shouldn't pay for. But, yeah. Alright. Somebody else saying Black Mirror. Nifty Thrifty Finds 23 says Black Mirror. Yeah, Black Mirror is amazing. Thrift a Kiss from Italy. Nice. Thank you. I love Italy. I'm Italian. I want to go to Italy. Oh my gosh, man. Eric is saying Kaylee is hot. I don't even see Kaylee in the chat, so maybe she is. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. Nifty Thrifty says $5 to $10 for an education on what you want to sell is pretty good. I 100% agree. Seymour says he listed a medical item on eBay, but they took it off. But I see other people selling the same items listed. Yeah, that happens. Definitely happens. eBay will take things off, and you could relist it, but you don't want to get caught doing that. They pick and choose. It happens. Eric says, learn about your taxes, dude. It pays off. No, I know about my taxes. I'm just not the best person to ask about it. There's obviously people more educated than I am on that, so just the way it is. A GameStop by me is going out of business. They had an entire display case they were throwing away and a snack machine. I wish my Monte Carlo was bigger. Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. I would love to have that kind of stuff in my place to store stuff, honestly. A game rack would be great for video games that I'm selling on eBay. If I had like one of those GameStop video game displays, I would stick all my games on it and then I'd be able to just pull it off, ship it out. It'd be awesome. I would love that. Use clothes for toilet paper. Saves a lot of money. I guess if you're buying them at the bins, you could wash them in the sink or in the river out back. Seymour says, should I sell each Xbox One game separately or as a lot? I have 10 available. Depends on the games. If they're cheap games, sell them as a lot. If they're expensive games, sell them individually. Holy crap, it's 150, Andre says. Now it's 203, so that shows how far behind I am on the chat. The Upside Down Picker says, hello, first time here. Hello, how you doing? Tenko Pennington's. Hey, that's like Chad Pennington. What? Glad I caught you live. Yeah, this is the longest live stream I've done in a while. I'm actually going to be hopping off very soon. Darren says, you up late. It's only 10:52 in San Diego, 1:52 where I am. Yes, it is. Charles says, where's everyone at? Trying to see how we're all doing. My sales are mediocre today and yesterday and the day before. They're all right. And I'm in Connecticut. Dominique says, sucks we don't have any Goodwills over in Rhode Island. I find that hard to believe. But if there are none in Rhode Island, highly recommend checking out like church thrift shops, little independent thrift stores, pawn shops for sure. I'm sure you have pawn shops out there. Try to, there's other ways. Check the Facebook Marketplace. Just check all these other places out. There are definitely other ways to make money. Seymour says, I go to Eastern Europe 4 times per year. What products can I bring back that would sell like hotcakes in the U.S.? Man, if I was from Europe, I would let you know, but I'm not. I don't even know what's in Eastern Europe. Never been there. Okay. Do they have a Goodwill in Greenwich? Wonder how nice the stuff is there. I don't know. I don't really live near Greenwich, but that is a very rich part of Connecticut, so I've been to thrift stores near that area, maybe in Groton or Darien, I believe. I think Darien has a Goodwill. I went there once. I think it was Darien. Maybe it was Greenwich. I don't know. Thrift store was insanely overpriced. Like, you're talking $10 minimum for Mossimo and Target and Walmart brand shirts, and then they go up from there. So it's more expensive than going to TJ Maxx, pretty much. Vineyard Vines, $50, you know, stuff like that. I see that at thrift stores, right? Like, no lie. I went to a thrift store the other day with Kristen. I believe it's on my live stream. I believe it is. There was a North Face zipper shirt or whatever, coat. And I think they wanted $50 for it. $55, I think it was. $55. You'll see if you check my old video. Maybe it was $45. I think it was $55 for a used North Face coat. You can buy it brand new over at TJ Maxx for $60. Yeah, so some Goodwills are ridiculous in Connecticut. And I find it all the time like that here. Nifty Thrifty Fine says, I'm going back like every night at my GameStop until they close. My mom wanted to keep the display case. Yeah, I went dumpster diving at a GameStop in Newtown, Connecticut, and the cops actually came, and they came with flashlights, and they had me like go to my car and all this crap. It sucked. And I didn't go dumpster diving for a while after that because it was just annoying, man. I had my dog with me. I swear they would have put me in their cop car if I didn't have my dog with me. She was in the back seat of my car. And I don't think they wanted to deal with the dog also. That would be a really good idea for a YouTube video. Talk about the time the cops caught me at the dumpster. But I did find an Xbox 360 Elite in the box with the not controller, but with all the hookups and everything. It works perfectly fine. I found it at a GameStop dumpster. So that was really interesting. That was about a year or two ago. And that was 2 years ago, actually. So yeah, that was interesting. But the cops came, and they wouldn't even let me drive away. I had to leave my car at the dumpster because they wouldn't let me drive away. So my girlfriend had to come pick me up. It was weird, man. And I had to go back and pick my car up in the morning. It was, I could have gotten in big trouble. Even though you're allowed to dumpster dive, they were still being kind of sketchy, so I just never went back to that dumpster. But they throw away lots of good stuff there, I hear. I need a big white van like Taco Stacks. I love Taco Stacks, man. He's good. How did I meet Kristen? Leanne says. Kristen is my girlfriend. I met her at a rave in Rhode Island, actually. Funny enough. I'm not into the rave scene at all. My friend was supposed to go with a group. One person backed out, asked if I wanted to go for free because he had an extra ticket. I said, sure. He's like, I want to do Molly, which is a drug that I don't recommend anyone doing. And he's like, can you drive? And I was like, well, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, sure. So we went there. He did the drug. And I drove. And we went to the rave. And I met my girlfriend there. And we talked a little bit. We came home. And then a week or two later, my friend got her number somehow and then invited her to a party. So we went to her house to pick her up. She sat in the back seat with me because him and his friend and me were all in the car. And I started talking to her in the back seat. We went to a party. I was talking to some other girl. And then somehow her and me ended up in the back seat of another guy's car. And we ended up like making out or something. We ended up dating. So yeah, interesting. That's how we met. And we've been dating for 4 years. So, it's been a while. Dustin says, you mentioned TJ Maxx. Do you ever pick retail stores for resale? Yeah, I do. I've sold lots of things from TJ Maxx. I actually find Tommy Bahama, Peter Millar, Robert Graham from TJ Maxx, Vineyard Vines, Southern Tide. I find that stuff from TJ Maxx all the time, and I do sell it. Josh Kyle says, I just want to let you know I got a Nintendo Switch for $150 for $150 out of my pocket today from Nifty Thrifty. GameStop has special on trades, trade and pawn shop games. Got for $50 and paid $100 cash. If you do watch my videos, I just gave everybody a tip. The deal ends on the 21st. I think it's after the 21st, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, GameStop was giving 60% extra bonus, and that's how I got my Nintendo Switch, which is right in here. I got it from a GameStop because I traded in a bunch of games, and I was saying how Titanfall 2 they were paying $13 for, and you could buy them brand new sealed on eBay for $8 shipped. They don't take in sealed games, but you take off the seal and you give them to GameStop. So you buy one for Xbox, one for PlayStation, because some GameStops don't let you trade in two for the same console, and you make an extra $10 right there. So you do that to 5 different GameStops. If you have a bunch around you, you're at an extra $50. So if you're already trying to buy something that costs $50, you got it for free. You know what I mean? And then you have the extra cash. So that's kind of how I was thinking about how you could break the system. You buy, 10 of them on eBay, 5 for the Xbox, 5 for the PlayStation. You bring them to GameStop. You have 5 different within a small radius around you. I have one town in Connecticut that has 4 GameStops, so it'd be very easy. You go down there, go thrifting, at the same time, hit up every single GameStop, trade in the games, and boom, you made some money. But I think the trade-in deal is over. But I got my Nintendo Switch for $200 with Pokken Tournament and Mario Kart 8 because I traded in a bunch of games. Is dumpster diving legal in my country? It is. What the F is a rave? A rave is like crazy music with lots of strobe lights and stuff, and you just dance and you go crazy. People are on drugs and it's insane, and it goes all night, and it was really fun. It was 4 or 5 years ago in the middle of winter, right around this time, January, and it was a blizzard, and it was insane, and I had a really good time, but I've never been to another one since, and that was the only one I ever went to. Nifty Thrifty says, all thanks to drugs, lol. That Molly will mess you up. Yeah, it will. That's why I don't do that stuff. Let's see what we got. Monetization on YouTube. Yeah, my channel is monetized. I do make a little bit of money on YouTube. Not a lot. But that's why I'm trying to get my YouTube up. I would like to make more money on YouTube. That's why I also think about creating a Patreon, things like that. I'd like to make a little more money so I can get a better and bigger place to live in and then make better videos and do things and post more on YouTube. If I made more money, I'd post more. Joe says, my reactions to high-priced items are the best. Yeah, man. I mean, I hate seeing high-priced items at thrift stores. I see them all the time, though. So, it's life. You know, what are you going to do? I find high-priced items everywhere I go. I'm getting pretty tired, guys. So, I think I'm going to head out. I'm going to try to get Fortnite to work again. It's 2:12 in the morning. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Got some information out of it. Definitely let me know down below in the comments what you think about the whole Patreon idea. About possibly doing video chats, asking me whatever questions you want for $1 to $5 a month. I don't really know what their minimum is on Patreon. It might be $5. I don't know. That's why I'm saying $1 to $5. I have no idea. I mean, that's half the price of Netflix, and you'd ask me whatever question you want, and I would, if you're new to the game, or even if you're experienced, I have so much knowledge, to be honest, I really do. It would pay off the instant you ask me the question. I'm pretty sure I'd make your money back. I'm like 99% sure I would. So let me know what you think down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Nifty Thrifty says a CT meetup. I know you said you wanted one. Yeah, I do want one. Me and Rakin need to get something together. Because Steve has a pretty good outreach on YouTube. I'd like to get, 20 plus people going. So hopefully we can do a Connecticut meetup. That'd be really awesome. And people from, the surrounding states can come, New York, New Jersey, whatever. I would love a Connecticut meetup. We would have a lot of fun. Yeah, Steve Rakin's from Connecticut. Greg Brunell, the Valet Pickers from Massachusetts. Same thing with Ronnie Hart is from Massachusetts. So we're all right here. We're in this little area. There's a bunch of others from around this area as well. So there's definitely a lot of knowledge and a lot of people around here to have an awesome meetup. Trust me, guys. So yeah, I'm heading out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Remember to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions. Let me know about the whole Patreon thing. I might do that sometime soon. I would love to get on a straight up schedule. I was thinking about doing live streams Mondays at 8 or 9 p.m. every single week. And almost like a podcast type thing where I go over my week, tell you everything that sold, how my week was, pass the questions off to you, and respond to questions every Monday night. So let me know what you think about that as well. And yeah, till next time, guys. Thrift School. Sign up. See ya, homies.